Welcome to Hipstory 101. This is going to be a quick video about the history of hipster. Before I can read my notes, I just need to put my glasses on. Let me just... That's better. Before we start, I'd like to point out that I bought none of this. This is all clothes that I've had for about 6 years. So 6 years ago, this is a bit how I dressed, which means I was hipster before it was cool to be hipster. Except, I'm about to make a video about why that's not entirely true. Let's begin. According to Wikipedia, hipster refers to a subculture of young, recently settled, urban middle-class adults and older teenagers that appeared in the 1990s. The subculture is associated with independent music, not entirely true, a varied, non-mainstream fashion sensibility, weird way to say chinos with no socks, Apple products, no, and alternative lifestyles. Interests in media would include independent film, magazines such as Vice and Clash, and websites like Pitchfork Media and Tumblr. Fucking Tumblr, man. Hipster culture has been described as a mutating transatlantic melting pot of styles, tastes and behaviours. Kind of just a complicated way of saying boat shoes and silly scarves. Let's start with the origins of hipster, shall we? 1940s, the term hipster was coined. During the jazz age, hip was used as an adjective for the connoisseurs of jazz, as you will. There's dispute over where the word hip came from. It's possibly a derivative of the word hop, which was slang for opium, or possibly hippie, H-I-P-I, a West African term meaning to open one's eyes. So why the glasses? I don't... 1944, the first dictionary definition of hipster was conceived as characters who like hot jazz. This was conceived, get this, in the glossary of for characters who don't dig jive talk from Harry Gibson's album Boogie Woogie in Blue. Boogie Woogie in Blue. Music was so much better in the olden days. Boogie Woogie in Blue. Norman Mailer in 1957 in a paper titled The White Negro, it was a simpler time, states, hipsters are American existentialists living a life surrounded by death annihilated by atomic war or strangled by social conformity and electing instead to divorce themselves from society, to exist without roots, to set out on that uncharted journey into the rebellious imperatives of the self. We skip forward to 2003, where the Hipster Handbook was published by Robert Lanham. This handbook describes hipsters as young people with mop-top haircuts, swinging retro pocketbooks. What does that even mean? Talking on cell phones! Talking on cell phones, you goddamn hipsters! Smoking European cigarettes? I don't know. What if you're European? Strutting in platform shoes with a biography of Che Guevara hanging out of their bag. That bit's kinda good. I've never got the hype around Che Guevara though, so... A New York Times article published in 2009 describes hipsters thus. Take your grandmother's sweater and Bob Dylan's Wayfarers, add jean shorts, Converse All-Stars and a can of Pabst, don't know what that is, and bam, hipster. Bam hipster sounds like a really bad detective name. A rebel with a cause, because having no cause is far too cool. In 2009, a New York Times article said the halcyon of hipster was reached in the 2000s during the time of the rapid increase in property and real estate value. I don't even understand how that works. All the houses are expensive, let's dress with all our grandparents' clothes and wear frameless fucking glasses. I don't know why I'm doing this, because it kind of annoys me. Floppy foreskin hat. A later article in New York Magazine showed that following the recession of the late 2000s, hipster fad was on the decline, with Dov Charney, the CEO of AA, stating hipster was of a certain era and was dead. Just dead. The article says, and this is a fantastic quote, the hipster moment did not produce artists, but tattoo artists. It did not yield a great literature, but it made good use of fonts. That's brilliant. So there was a brief history of hipster, and pretty much we come to no conclusion as to why people do this and why people dress. I don't understand how 1940s jazz music has led to this. It's an insult to 1940s and 50s jazz music, and you should be ashamed if you dress like this. And unless you're subscribed to me, in which case you keep doing your thing. Thanks for watching. Bye.